Okay, I'm back in my room. Um, yeah, the time that has passed since my last recording has been kind of interesting. The feeling of pain and sadness returns. And I went inside because somebody's. Well, first of all, because of this, because it's just too overwhelming to deal with it, or I haven't found any other way to deal with it than just retreating to my bed, which somehow my nervous system perceives as the most safe place to be and hide in. And that's where I am right now, sitting on my bed. And then my storage ran out. I was listening to some talk, and it helped bring up those emotions. And also somebody's mowing the grass, the lawn right now, and I'm quite sensitive to that noise. So I was able to lie here and go into those feelings and into my heart for a little while, maybe just a couple of minutes. I guess just a couple of minutes at the most. And then these cravings for distraction just returns. So anything that would simply distract me from that state and that I'd be able to do or focus on. It's interesting. Just before I was already thinking about lunch, though it's only 11 a.m. now, and I was surprised that I wasn't feeling hungry. And didn't feel like I needed much. And now when I'm reflecting and when I'm thinking of that state of those feelings, actually the craving for food returned as well. But also just for distraction. And for now, so I guess I'll just go back to watching YouTube, or maybe I can find some TV series, some movie, something to watch, and I hope it kind of calms me down. I noticed that now as the day progresses, like more people are up. Somebody came to take care of the garden, and I noticed that I'm still really sensitive just to the presence of other people. I mean, it's let's get to that topic another time, so I can feel a lot of opinions that are not mine, that I just recently soaked up from other people, or just people have told me, mixed up in the whole thing. But I've made it quite clear before that it is most important to be okay with being in the presence of myself, which, as you can see, I wasn't able to just before. So there's still some way to go, and that's not something I can replace by forcing myself to interact more closely or connect more with other people. Even though that's the thing that most people would say, but experience just has shown otherwise. I would tune more into other people and then get more and more go into that state where I play the role that's that corresponds to their perception of me, and so on and so on. So it's never was helpful, even when I found people that felt like I resonated with a lot. In the end, it turned out that it seems to be the case that I really easily perceive other people's potential energy, or like their essence, and I confuse that with their actual personality, which can be very, very different and act in different ways, and have a hard time understanding things that I assume would be easy for them to understand, because they already have such a high vibration, if you will, or yeah, I mean, if you tune into them, you can feel the wisdom that's already there, but it's often not manifested and not integrated into the physical. I mean, same thing with myself. If I integrated, I can't really. I can perceive my inherent energy a little bit. It's quite amazing, but I guess it's hard to perceive it as a whole. But if that was manifested in my body and my thoughts, my mind, my energy, and the way I act, think, choose, speak, it would be really, 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 really different. And I wouldn't be struggling with all these things I'm struggling right now. It might even not be that different. I mean, it's not like it's a fault. It's more like a process, a journey for everyone. But to come back to what the point I wanted to make is that, yeah, I still stand by what I said earlier, that the first priority should be me, myself, and then very naturally, I'm really sure that very naturally, either I'll be able to connect with people around me on the right level, which isn't even so much about the other people. It's more about me and my ability to, my endurance to withstand, or actually just my ability to rest, be rested in my own vibration, and not be pulled away to somebody else's vibration, which is something that can cause antagonism and lots of things that I have this kind of personality which will try to avoid antagonism and conflict at any cost, even if I kind of lose, or if it's to my own detriment. But I would always choose it before I hurt somebody else, and that's something that's gotta change, and it's gonna change. So it might not be always fun when I will be able to interact with other people from a place that represents the actual me much more than what the one that's talking right now and the one that's here. Though the one that's talking right now is actually much closer to my essence than the one that would be talking to anyone else in my life. Yeah, so I'll stop this video. My phone is out of storage anyway, so that's why it's at such a low resolution. And then I'll just see where the flow takes me, and I hope I'll get back into a better. Yeah, that the day moves on. Well, it has been interesting to see my body react to the Ritalin. I guess it's definitely over the peak right now. Yeah, might not be an easy day or the coming days, but I'm doing my best to settle in, and it's definitely not worse than my time at the hospital. And okay, half of the day has passed in a way. Yeah, could say that. You never know. But yeah, I mean, there's some process going on. I mean, that was obvious from that feeling of pain and also sadness returning.